Mary stands at a crossroad that greatly resembles Days, or was it Records or Days? They all kinda look the same. Either way, the cast appears as a change from the common real-life scenery decorating the space. You see, this makes them pop, whole tones, colors, that separate one another from the rest of the world. A girl is hiding her eyes while a boy hides and lies. The door to their apartment opens. It's a scene we've seen before, while Mary iconically drops a plate onto the floor. It's that famous moment from Kisaragi Attention, and speaking of Kisaragi, it bears a moment to mention that the eyes in the frame represent the view of the outside, the people beyond the dawn that leer and despise. It's a recurring symbol that's stylistically so, reminiscent of the boy and girl crossing the road. We see Haruka's daze as the clearing eyes wakes and the iconic moment of Kosuke Seto. In 3 scenes, we see the tragedy of the leading couple. Ayano walks alone, leaving Shintaro to struggle, and that's the beauty of this PV, this revival. It hits all the moments of the series thus far while still taking time to maintain the so vital need for the new and bizarre. Which is why I love the chorus and the dawn shown as kids. It's not so literal as it is a trip into the minds of the characters and their weaknesses. They hide or lament with anger for the red that never had offered them treatise. Some stills are taken from the time of their death, the Mekakushi trio, Mary, Momo. The rest capture the flaws of the characters. Shintaro's AT field, Takene's loneliness, never made them the greater. All with the exception, though, of the wonderful girl of Zero. Ayano smiles with all the grace that's exactly what made her a hero. The PV shows more of the series' famous times. Azumi creates the clearing eyes, Hiyori yet revives. Shintaro basically dies as Takane runs out of lives. The following scenes are a wonder to see how they play with the presentation of the greatest of ease. The trio resides in the home of their childhood, recalling the door of the PV before, but there's more. As Aino stands alone in the days, I really love and respect how the way the Hikenbana or grass or whatever the hell resembles the cranes that we all know so well. It's a great way to allude to the feeling of death, of a prison constructed from what once had been meant to inspire joy in her friend from before. Now all that remains is a bitter distortion. Portions of the PV reflect the days as we know. A girl in the embers, a boy in the glow of a city, alone, a Medusa that broke, the graves of her mother, a sorrow unknown. Becomes the love of a sister when all had been lost, at the end of the manga when friendship was gone. The grass here particularly resembles the cranes. It's really one of the best images in the project to date. This scene just destroys me as it's composed so well. And speaking of that, the flow's something else, because from here we have the end of the books. We see Mary and Seto, a queen and a rook, as they gaze out and up to a sky past the summer, the end of their story and the start of another. Clocks spin, worlds begin and end in an instant, reflecting all that was lost in this never-ending war to live through the want, to throw it all away and ease the pain, to try and hold on to what little remains. Because living is painful and bonds all will break. But the children learn that it wasn't a mistake to love, to rejoice in the arms of another, from sister to sister and brother to brother. And so the last chorus is a reflection of the first. The kids stand proudly to take on the world. And even if it's unfair or if they're destined to lose, that lonely road is the path that they choose. Ayano in the center becomes Mary, a way of showing the weight she now carries, as it's only the queen that can put an end to the tale, the cycle of running from loss that assails us, for death means nothing in the face of the strong, of the hearts of the ones that know they belong. And so in just 3 short, simple minutes, I'm reminded of why I love the project to begin with. For the longing to live is the most wonderful thing. And so I wait eagerly for what this reboot will bring. Thank you.